Welcome to Remembering Icons, where Karen helps keep the memory of extraordinary lives alive with honor and appreciation. This channel is devoted to celebrating legendary figures from film, music, sports, and culture whose talent and influence touched countless people. Through every tribute, we reflect on their journey, honor their achievements, and preserve the legacy they left for the world. Lorre, born Lorre Ann Wenning on August 2, 1963, emerged as a distinctive voice in the alternative rock scene of the late 1980s. She formed the band Nymphs in New Jersey, developing a raw sound-blending punk energy, goth atmosphere, glam edge, and early grunge influence. Rise with Nymphs. The group later relocated to California, where evolving lineups eventually centered around Lorre and guitarist Jeff Siegel. Their bold style and stage presence quickly drew attention, leading to a major record deal with Geffen Records in 1989, marking a rare mainstream opportunity for an underground act. Industry challenges. Despite early momentum, the band faced delays, internal tensions, and creative differences during recording and touring. These pressures ultimately affected their progress with the label, and lineup instability made it difficult to sustain long-term direction. An EP release followed, but struggled to achieve significant commercial traction. Legacy and later years. Lorre remained recognized for her uncompromising artistic identity and influence within alternative music circles. Her work with Nymphs continues to be revisited by fans of the era. She has been reported to have passed away, leaving behind a legacy tied to a brief but memorable chapter in rock history. Jeffrey Hinsliff was born on November 23, 1937, in Leeds, England. He pursued a career in acting and gradually built his place in British film and television. While he was not a traditional leading star, he became known for his steady presence and strong performances in supporting roles that added realism to every project he joined. Work in film and television. Hinsliff appeared in several notable productions over the years. He contributed to the acclaimed war film A Bridge Too Far, which featured a large ensemble cast and detailed historical storytelling. On television, he was seen in the series Brass, where his performance added to the show's character-driven humor and drama. He also made appearances in the long-running soap Coronation Street, which remains one of the most recognized programs in British television history. Personal life. Away from acting, Hinsliff maintained a quiet and private life. He was married to Judith E. Seal, and the couple spent many years together outside of public attention. He was known for keeping his personal affairs away from the spotlight. Legacy. Jeffrey Hinsliff passed away in the United Kingdom. The exact cause of his death has not been publicly shared. He is remembered as a dependable character actor whose work continues to be appreciated by audiences. Donald Riegle was born in Flint, Michigan, where he developed a strong connection to his community from an early age. Growing up in a working-class environment shaped his understanding of everyday challenges faced by ordinary families. This early grounding later influenced his approach to public service and political decision-making. Political career. Riegle began his political journey in the 1960s and served in the U.S. Congress for nearly 3 decades. Interestingly, his career included a party shift from Republican to Democrat, reflecting an evolving political perspective over time. During his tenure, he worked under multiple presidential administrations and became known for his steady focus on legislative responsibilities and governance. Public service focus. Throughout his time in office, he concentrated on issues that mattered to working-class communities, including support for veterans, economic concerns, and broader policy reform. He was often recognized for maintaining a close connection to his constituents and staying engaged with the needs of his hometown of Flint. Legacy. Donald Riegle passed away at the age of 92 after experiencing a sudden health event at his home in San Diego. His passing marked the conclusion of a long public career. He is remembered for decades of service, his dedication to citizens' concerns, and his lasting contribution to American political life. Don Schlitz was one of country music's most respected songwriters. He passed away at 73 after a sudden illness, leaving behind a legacy built on storytelling and emotional honesty. Born in Durham on August 29, 1952, he grew up surrounded by Southern culture and storytelling traditions. He was more drawn to writing than performing, fascinated by how words could capture real human feeling. Nashville and breakthrough. In his early 20s, he moved to Nashville and faced rejection and financial struggle, but kept writing. His breakthrough came with The Gambler, recorded by Kenny Rogers, establishing him as a major songwriter. He followed with hits like Forever and Ever, Amen, and When You Say Nothing at All, helping define modern country music, legacy, and impact. He wrote more than 20 number-one hits and was inducted into both the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Despite his success, he stayed humble and close to the craft, often appearing at small Nashville venues like the Bluebird Cafe. His passing marks the loss of a great storyteller, but his songs continue to inspire and comfort listeners everywhere. Justice often involves difficult choices where no outcome feels completely right. Philosophical discussions use thought experiments to explore how people decide between competing moral values, especially when harm cannot be avoided. The trolley problem. One classic scenario involves a runaway trolley heading toward 5 workers. A decision must be made whether to do nothing or divert it onto another track where only one person stands. While some argue that saving more lives is the most logical choice, others believe actively causing harm, even for a greater good, cannot be justified. This creates a tension between outcomes and personal responsibility. The bridge dilemma. A similar case places a person on a bridge above the tracks, where the only way to stop the trolley is by pushing someone onto the rails. Even though the result would save multiple lives, most people hesitate or refuse. This highlights an important moral distinction between indirect and direct harm and how intent affects ethical judgment. Medical and survival scenarios. In healthcare situations, similar dilemmas arise when deciding how to allocate limited resources or lives. Historical survival cases also show how extreme conditions can lead to life and death decisions that challenge legal and moral boundaries. These examples reveal how desperation can complicate ethical reasoning. Moral theories and conclusion. 2 main ideas often guide these debates. One focuses on maximizing overall good outcomes, while the other emphasizes that certain actions are inherently wrong regardless of results. Together, these perspectives show that justice is complex, and moral decisions often involve balancing rules, consequences, and human values. At 53, Shaquille O'Neal sits in a quiet chapter of life that feels very different from the roaring arenas that once defined him. The trophies still line his memory like distant lights, but they no longer speak as loudly as they once did. What stands out now is not just greatness, but the weight that came with it. Years of physical strain, long seasons, and constant expectation have left their mark on his body, while life experiences have shaped his mind in deeper ways. He is remembered as one of basketball's most dominant figures. Yet behind that image is a man who has learned that success does not remove pain or loneliness. Instead, it often reshapes it. Today, Shaq reflects more on meaning than milestones, more on peace than applause, and more on the lessons life gave him beyond the game itself. Childhood. In Newark. Shaquille O'Neal's early years in Newark were shaped by struggle and uncertainty. Raised in a small apartment with his mother, Lucille, He grew up in an environment where money was scarce and stability was rare. His biological father was absent from the beginning, leaving a gap that shaped much of his emotional world. Despite the hardship, his mother worked tirelessly, often sacrificing her own comfort to ensure her children had basic needs met. For young Shaq, childhood was not about toys or leisure, but about adapting to circumstances beyond his control. He grew quickly, both in size and awareness, often feeling different from other children around him. That difference sometimes made him feel isolated, but it also built resilience. Those early experiences planted the foundation for his later drive, giving him both the hunger to succeed and the emotional complexity he would carry into adulthood. Discipline and structure. A turning point in Shaq's childhood came when his mother met Philip Harrison, a strict but disciplined Army sergeant, who later became a guiding figure in his life. Harrison brought structure into a home that had been shaped by uncertainty. His approach was firm, focusing on responsibility, routine, and self-control. For young Shaq, this meant early mornings, physical training, and learning accountability at a very young age. While the discipline was often difficult, it created a foundation of mental toughness that would later define his basketball career. Harrison did not rely heavily on emotional praise, but instead emphasized consistency and effort. Over time, Shaq began to understand that discipline was a form of care, even if it was not always expressed gently. This structured environment helped redirect his energy, turning frustration into focus and giving him the tools to channel his physical gifts into something meaningful, a path toward basketball. As Shaq grew, his size and athletic ability became impossible to ignore. During his teenage years, he was introduced to basketball in a more serious way, and it quickly became an outlet for both expression and escape. A key influence came when Coach Johnny Brown recognized his potential and encouraged him to think beyond his immediate surroundings. That encouragement shifted Shaq's mindset, helping him see basketball not just as a game, but as an opportunity. For the first time, he began to imagine a future beyond Newark. The sport gave him direction, structure, and purpose. It also gave him confidence that his differences could become strengths rather than burdens. Through training and mentorship, he began to develop the skills that would eventually make him one of the most dominant players in the sport's history, setting him on a path toward LSU and beyond. College years at LSU. At Louisiana State University, Shaq's talent became undeniable. His presence on the court was overwhelming, combining size, strength, and surprising agility. Yet beneath the success was a constant internal pressure. He played with the fear of failure shaped by his past, always aware that basketball represented more than competition. It represented opportunity and security. Every game carried emotional weight, as if each performance could define his future. Despite this pressure, Shaq excelled, earning national attention and becoming one of the top prospects in college basketball. However, his motivation was not just fame or recognition. It was the desire to ensure he never returned to the instability of his childhood. LSU became the stage where his identity as a professional athlete truly formed, blending talent with emotional drive shaped by years of personal struggle. Entry into the NBA. When Shaquille O'Neal entered the NBA, he quickly transformed the league. His early years with the Orlando Magic showed a level of dominance rarely seen before, as he overwhelmed defenses with power and presence. Later, his move to the Los Angeles Lakers elevated him into global superstardom. Championships followed, along with MVP honors and unforgettable performances. However, success also brought intense pressure and constant scrutiny. Media narratives often simplified his personality, overlooking the physical sacrifice required to perform at such a high level. Injuries, fatigue, and expectations became part of his daily reality. While fans saw highlights, Shaq experienced the hidden cost of greatness: long recovery sessions, physical pain, and the responsibility of leading teams under constant spotlight. His career was not only about victories, but about enduring the demands of being one of the league's most influential figures. Lakers era and challenges. Shaq's time with the Lakers marked the peak of his career, but also introduced tension and complexity. Playing alongside Kobe Bryant created one of the most discussed partnerships in basketball history. Together, they achieved championships and global recognition. Yet differences in personality and leadership style created ongoing friction. Media narratives often exaggerated these conflicts, turning teamwork into rivalry. Despite the challenges, Shaq continued to deliver dominant performances, anchoring the team through physical strength and experience. However, the constant pressure and criticism took a toll. Eventually, his departure from Los Angeles marked the end of an era. For Shaq, leaving the Lakers felt like leaving behind a home he had helped build, closing a chapter filled with both triumph and emotional weight. Miami and the later prime. Joining the Miami Heat gave Shaq a new opportunity to redefine his legacy. In 2006, he won another championship alongside Dwyane Wade, proving he could still contribute at the highest level. However, it was also clear that his body was beginning to show signs of long-term wear. Injuries became more frequent, recovery slower, and performance less consistent. Despite this, Shaq adapted his role, focusing more on leadership and support. He embraced being a veteran presence, guiding younger teammates while accepting that his physical peak was behind him. This period marked a shift in identity, from dominant superstar to experienced mentor. It was not an easy transition, but it reflected his ability to evolve with time and circumstances. Final NB, years. In his final years, Shaq played for several teams, including Phoenix, Cleveland, and Boston. Each stop represented a different stage of acceptance as he moved further from his peak. His role diminished, and he became more of a supporting player than a central force. Physically, the game became more demanding, and recovery increasingly difficult. Despite these challenges, he continued to contribute through experience and leadership. Eventually, it became clear that retirement was approaching. His final moments in the league were quiet compared to the grandeur of his prime, but they carried reflection and closure. Walking away from basketball meant stepping into a new identity, one no longer defined by athletic performance. Personal struggles and growth. Beyond basketball, Shaq's personal life included moments of both joy and difficulty. His marriage eventually ended, a decision he later reflected on with regret and accountability. Like many public figures, he faced challenges balancing fame, relationships, and personal responsibility. These experiences taught him deeper lessons about communication, trust, and self-awareness. Rather than hiding from these realities, he acknowledged them openly in later years, recognizing that personal growth often comes through difficult reflection. While painful, these experiences became part of his broader journey toward understanding himself beyond the identity of an athlete. Family and loss. Shaq's life was deeply affected by family events, including the passing of his sister Aisha and the health challenges faced by his son. These moments were emotionally defining, reminding him of how fragile life can be. Supporting his son through medical treatment tested his emotional strength in ways sports never could. These experiences shifted his perspective, making family his central priority. They also reinforced the importance of presence, gratitude, and emotional connection. Through loss and fear, Shaq came to understand life beyond achievement, focusing more on love and togetherness than competition or success. Transformation through giving. In his later years, Shaq found purpose in helping others. He became known for quiet acts of generosity, supporting families, paying medical bills, and contributing to education initiatives. These actions were not about recognition, but about connection to his own past. He often reflected on his childhood struggles and used those memories as motivation to give back. Business success also played a role in this phase, as he made strategic investments while maintaining a philosophy of responsibility and simplicity. His focus shifted from accumulation to impact, from personal success to shared opportunity. Legacy and peace. At 53, Shaquille O'Neal's legacy extends far beyond basketball. It is shaped by resilience, transformation, and humanity. He is no longer defined only by championships or records, but by how he used his experiences to influence others positively. While his body carries the weight of years, his perspective reflects peace and acceptance. He understands that greatness is not only measured in trophies, but in how a life affects others. Looking back, he sees a journey built from hardship, success, mistakes, and growth. Today, his story stands as a reminder that even the most powerful figures are shaped by vulnerability, and that meaning is often found not in what we achieve, but in what we give back.